before this Michael Jordan versus Scottie Pippen thing blow over, I'm gonna let y'all know my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know this Jordan and Pippen thing is gonna blow overboard, but I'm gonna tell you because I watched all the games, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a Jordan fan, but I was a Pippen fan, bro. Pippen was really, really that dude. You know why Jordan had all of that? Jordan played good defense, and Pippen played good defense. So technically, they was kind of like equal. And it was games that Pippen was the one that killed you, and it was games that the one Jordan was the one that killed you. But ultimately, you can't say nothing about either one of them, and either one of them can say nothing about to hurt either other one. It's for us to voice our opinion, so whatever they feel, it don't even matter. Whatever Pippen feel, we don't matter. Whatever Jordan feel, we don't matter. Now, what do we feel as the people? And I'm going to tell you my opinion. My opinion is, they technically, neither one of them would have had good careers without each other because they was feeding off each other. You know what I'm saying? Pippen and Jordan was literally feeding off each other, but it was a point where Pippen just like he stepped his game up, and when he stepped his game up, it was like Jordan stepped his game up, and when Jordan stepped his D up, Pippen stepped his D up. Now the only difference is this: everything just went into Michael Jordan's favor. You know what I mean? He ended up hitting the key shots, and Pippen was always guarding the harder defenders and playing a more harder role, and he averaged more assists and shoot a higher field goal percentage than Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But technically, it was about them having a good team, them having a solid rebound to accommodate them. So Pippen and Jordan debated they needed each other. No, y'all needed Horace Grant, and y'all needed Dennis Rodman, and y'all needed a shooter. So for y'all two to be sitting there doing this, saying that, I think both of y'all being hypocritical. Y'all two was the best combination of great players that ever existed. Pippen and Jordan is the best combination of great players. Now, when you talk about combination of great players, you're gonna have to go to Penny and Shaq. You're gonna have to go to Kobe and Shaq. So I'm not saying those was the best combinations, but those were some of the best combinations. But ultimately, Pippen and Jordan was the best combination because of their defense. Because the offensive, they shot horrible percentages compared to today's shooters. Although today's shooters get less pressure and less touches, less pushes, less fills, but ultimately, they offensive and defensive tenacity in their team is what propelled them, because they had that shooter in the corner, because they had that guy like Dennis Rodman who's not going to take shots, who's just going to sacrifice on defense, rebounds, set screens, diving for balls. You know what I mean? Not to say that they wasn't doing those things. It was just their combinations, the package of the type of team that they was building was better than what the other NBA teams was bringing out, because the key factors to me was the shooter and the rebounder. So now the value of the shooter and the rebounder is just as valuable as Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So you know what I mean? But now Pippen and Jordan on a skill level was no different. It really was no different. It was no different. Only difference was they played on the same team. If they was on different teams, it would have been like, I can't say one would have got the best of the other, but if you ask me, if they was on different teams, I think Pippen would have been giving him the business. But them being on the same team, you understand what I'm saying? They fed off each other, and you to say without him. Well, for Pippen to say without me, Jordan wouldn't got no rings, and without Jordan to say without me, the Bulls wouldn't got no rings, is both hypocritical on their part, because, like I said, they had that shooter and that rebounder, and that shooter and that rebounder was key. Because just like they can say, if you take away Kerr, Paxson, any one of their shooters that they have, they will be a different team, and they probably wouldn't be in that situation. If you take away Dennis Horace Grant, them first run, and you take away Dennis Rodman, those teams would not have won without the productivity of those rebounders and defenders. So, y'all, only thing out of this is the fact that Pippen is much greater than he got the credit for. And Jordan used his credit for marketing. You know what I mean? Used his stability for marketing, and that opportunity wasn't available for Pippen. So, you know, but Pippen deserved everything that Michael Jordan got. Every single thing. Pippen should have a sneaker. It should be Pippen and Jordan. It should never be Jordan, and because like how it always been led. Because you can go look at the numbers, you can look at the games, you can look at everything. Jordan did hit that big shot against Utah. You understand what I'm saying? But Pippen was doing all the dirty work, and Michael Jordan was the assassin. You understand what I'm saying? The assassin wouldn't have got the shot if you wouldn't have did the dirty work to put him in the position. So I think these two need to shake hands and say, yeah, this shit is really nothing. And I think Michael Jordan should give Scottie Pippen a little more credit so this debate can end. Meaning saying that, yo, speak your mind and your heart about how you feel about Pippen and how great Pippen was. But, you know, everybody always say and everybody always know, and all the analysts and all the people in sports know how great Pippen is. But the fans are the ones who don't know how great Scottie Pippen is unless actually they seen him play. The difference is with Jordan, everybody know Jordan is dope because he's one of the best players ever because of his highlights and because of what people say. But Pippen don't got that opportunity. You don't see a million Scottie Pippen highlights. You don't see a million Scottie Pippen, you know what I mean, endorsements as him being one of the greatest players. My favorite Pippen moment was when he came, I think he wasn't supposed to make the All-Star game or something like that, something to the fact, but he put on some different color sneakers and he got the MVP of that All-Star game. And in that game, he was playing for himself because now it was some type of criticism or issue. So he went out to prove a point, and he came out in those I think there was all green sneakers or all red sneakers. That was kind of odd at that time, and he won an All-Star MVP, and that was my best Scottie Pippen performance. And off that should let you know how great of a player Scottie Pippen was. He was just as great as Michael Jordan. Actually, they're equals.